Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Global Desi Women. I'm your host, Arti Salanki, and today we are diving into a fascinating topic that blends ancient wisdom and in this modern world practices. That's the law of attraction and vision boards. I'm so very excited about talking about this topic is because I practice it and I absolutely love, love, love it. And I'm joined by my wonderful co-hosts, of course. I have Pamna Shelley, I have Sweta Reddy, and our first time co-host, please welcome Bhavna Luthra. Thank you for joining. And Bhavna, since you are coming for the first time, please introduce yourself. Let our audience know a little bit about yourself and, tell us something about yourself.
Ooh, well, first of all, I'm a woman. Proud to be, I'm happy that I'm a woman because I get to experience being a nurturing person as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, and a wife. So that's who I am and friend. And other than that, as professionally, I am a marriage and family therapist. I've been practicing in my private practice for last 17 years. So a lot of work with families in relationship distress. So it's been my kind of I get kind of some humbling and good part of experience for myself and personal growth. So that's what I do, and I am in Texas,
Oh,
very close to where you are. So hopefully I'll get to bump into you or see you, soon
yes.
plan something. And also, I think I don't know where Shweta is.
Shweta is also close by, so I think, yeah, we should all definitely get together for a cup of tea, and or maybe Bhavna when sometimes she comes in town, we'll have a
Yeah,
live session of podcasts, and that'll be great.
that will
Yeah,
be
we should do that
awesome. Yes.
sometime.
That'll
Yes,
be
it's
amazing.
kind of interesting topic. Partly when you said vision board, I never sort of had that talk. So it's kind of like I'm want to learn from what you have to say, and maybe kind of I will jump in, kind of my true sense from my experiences working with people.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah. And I mean, it's first of all, I want to say thank you for your time and I really truly appreciate you being on live call today. That's really I truly appreciate all of y'all because without my co-host, I don't think I can do it myself. And I truly appreciate each and every one that has been taking part in it, has been coming to my show and giving their feedbacks, their thoughts, and that gives us an idea of different basically point of views from different Desi women because everybody has everybody has to offer something so amazing. And
Mhm.
this is a channel of expressing ourselves and giving that out, to the world. So this is really amazing. Let's dive into it. And so practicing law of attraction, there's a lot of I feel like there are different people have different idea about it. And for me, it is mainly aligning your thoughts or your goals. And it's also, I kind of like when people say law of attractions, especially our Indians, they see we don't think about our Hindu scriptures have already said this. Our scriptures already have all of these, and we've never thought of it like, how we've used lots of all over the world, people use law of attractions, but we already had that, and we just now kind of like because it's getting so popular, we're starting to again learn about it and hear about it. But and that is one of the things I feel like we should have our discussion on is like, I want to know, as far as you ladies, what is your thought when somebody says law of attractions? What do you think about that topic?
Mhm.
Um, Shelly, you want to start first? I'm going to call you Shelly today since we have two Bhavnas.
Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, I go by Shelly. I go by a lot of different names because a lot of time I don't know about you, Bhavna, but I know people sabotage our name so badly, and it's just you hear it all the time. So doesn't bother me. And Shelly is a new name. All right, let's go.
Well,
So, to me personally, I've been so inundated with just family and friends and work and home and I have personally, I would like to learn more on vi vision board. Well, vision board, my kids do. Um, you know, uh, they do make their own vision board. Like when my son, he wanted to pursue law school, he made himself a vision board with, where he wanted to go, what he wanted to do in life, um, you know, what he sees himself in the future. And he made himself a really nice vision board. And that's when I came to know the concept
mm,
of the vision board as far as, okay, when you keep on seeing something, it motivates you, it makes you do things, and it keeps you going.
mhm,
Mhm.
Basically, that's the whole idea. And when you put that together, it actually makes you think really deep down what really you want to do, what you want to achieve, and
mm,
how do you vision that in form of a picture, in form of a some sort of a piece of a kind of a like a memorabilia or something that makes you feel, yes, this is what I want, or every time you just walk by and you look at it and you be like, yes, I want to do something about that. And that's for me, that's what I learned from my kids. I've
yeah.
never practiced that, and I've never even thought of doing any of those things, but I did learn something like that from my kids. And I think it was very impressive, very powerful tool
Mhm.
to get engaged in.
Yeah.
And maybe one of these days I do want to create a vision board for myself.
There you go.
And
Yeah, you should.
I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
it's a nice thing to do, and I think it's very powerful to um, to
Yeah.
to get into the practice of that.
Yeah, and it goes hand in hand, right? The vision board is also part of law of attraction because what are you trying to do by creating that vision is that is what you're trying to attract from the universe, saying that this is what I'm picturing my life to be, and this is what I want to be. So that is what law of attraction is. So so when you first, I feel like when you first start, at least when I first started law of attraction many years ago, and I think I read somewhere where you you have to you have to know exactly what you want, right? It could be anything. And the smallest thing, you start by very small things, like maybe I want this feather to be, I want to find a feather of a blue color with a red spot in it. And you just visualize that and you just think about it and just every morning and 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 the universe listens. You ask and you receive because that's what the universe does. That's what it is. That's the power of law of
It's
attraction.
pattern of your emotions.
Yeah.
Pattern of your emotions.
And it will come to you, and you start from small things and then gradually practice and create your own world. But I definitely like the idea of having when you're creating, when we talk about law of attraction, it's also about focusing on your positive thoughts and your energy, because that's what all the positive energy and thoughts attracts whatever that you're trying to attract, right? Because although if you keep writing, yeah, I want this car, I want a car, I want a car, I want a car, I want a car. But inside, in your thoughts and in your mind, there's so much negativity going on. Oh my God, I can't afford a car right now. Oh my God, I have to pay so much. I can't, my car isn't working. I don't know, I'm never gonna be able to buy a car. When will I this happen? When will that happen? Then that is you conflicting between your thoughts and what your desires are.
Mm.
So when
So
you
law of
really,
attractions happens only when the frequency and the energy are together. So
Mhm.
because you want the positive side, you want to get slim when you're like your health side, you're like little kilos you want to lose.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, yeah, my hormones are like this. My genes is like this. You want that, but you're always saying the same, the example that your negative thoughts, oh, my genes are like this, my hormones doesn't work. And you will, it is not matching the frequency and the energy. So you will not reach there.
Yeah.
Both should match.
That is
Yeah.
so true, Sweta. And that is what it is, right? I mean, like if you it's very focused intentions and belief, because without that concentration, without that belief, the strong belief is, I think, is it takes like 95% of what law of attraction is your strong belief and your intentions and the positivity, right? And if you think about this, I feel like, ladies, this is going to be the topic I'll be talking the most. I feel like, because I just absolutely freaking love this topic and I'm going on and on about it. And please don't mind jumping in, because otherwise y'all not going to get a chance to talk.
That's okay. You can go ahead because you know what? As I said, it's something like vision board. No, law of attraction, being positive. Having trying to not a lot of time we talk ill about ourselves in our head, right?
Mhm.
Like I can't do this, or I won't be able to succeed, or I won't be able to do this, or something reiterating your own limitations in
Mhm.
your head, right? Those are the things that actually put you down
Mhm.
because it's not someone else is telling us. Nobody's going to tell us what your limitations or what
Mhm.
you lack. It's ourselves who are being too hard on ourselves. And we talk to ourselves, telling ourselves that, okay, I can't do this or I lack this. And that's the type of negativity that we want to get out of our head.
Yeah.
Then that law of
Yeah, and
attraction
it
and our
also,
energy
yeah,
will
and it's
match.
also called like shifting your energy, right? Because when
Mm,
you have when it's impossible for a person to be happy and in the la la land
mhm,
24/7. Okay, it is just not possible. So when we have those down times, it's important to realize those. First step is to realize that, okay, you are in that downtime. The second step is to, how do I come out of it? So you should know
right.
what makes you shift your energy. Some might be, for someone it might be, for me it's like, if I really want to shift my energy, I would listen to good music, and that'll change my energy totally. Like, from going to where I am, and uplifting me would be a song or a music that'll just cheer me up, and it'll be like, okay, let's go again. I'll be back into the role. So it's about shifting your energy, and keeping that makes us uh achieve, not only just achieve our goals, but it brings us more. um I guess it defines ourself a little bit more, right? Because that, and even without, forget about law of attraction or anything, for our day-to-day healthy, happy life, I feel like that is so important, right? Because I think Bhamna would agree to this, since she's in therapy, how much she probably tells so many people by shifting their energy and shifting their moods, right?
It's like
But
if
the
you
day,
can't solve a problem, get a bigger problem. For example, like you like one person has a like one girl has a drunk father. So his drunk father, and they're saying him to like leave don't drink alcohol. It's bad for health. It's impacting you. It's impacting us. Please, please, please don't drink. He's not doing. But one day, his child is like suffering from cancer. So her child's wish was that please please be with me and we take care. These are my last days. Please be with me, and like I want your emotional support. So being with her daughter, seeing her emotional journey and being with her and taking care of her, he forgets about the alcohol. And like because he loves that more, so that can happen. The problem can solve by shifting the
Mhm.
things this way. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Bhavna, something you want to share?
Yeah, I was just listening and gathering my thoughts here. So it's just about, over like what also Shelley said, that how we have certain cognitive distortions based on our past experiences and the environment we are in. And then that's where the self-doubt comes. And from the self-doubt, we have this irrational belief of
Mhm.
ourselves and the others. And we never really get out of that,
Yeah,
vicious cycle,
yeah.
because it's just the belief patterns we have created about our own self and the others. But it's sometimes I see that every day how hard it is to break that cycle, because that's all you know, because you have created this environment, or
Mhm.
environment been around you all along. You just don't know how to get past it.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
you have to like really take that conscious effort. And that sometimes is like slowly, bringing new people in your life and new people to tell you you are worth it and you're good enough. And it's a journey, and it is
Mhm.
sometimes it's a conscious effort, which is hard to come when you are in the surrounded by the same people. So
Yes.
it is a manifestation. So it's like, as a therapist, I see that I have to help them find that, create their manifestations, and
Mm.
the seed of manifestation. This is what I want, and this
Yeah.
is what it's going to look like. You know, that's the vision board. What you're talking
Yeah.
about. This is what I want, and once you know it, that's what you want. How are you going to want it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How it's going to happen for you? And it's such a difficult task for certain people. Like just Shweta was saying, when somebody's living with an alcoholic,
Mhm.
that's why when I see that people who are in a household of alcoholic, they become alcoholic because that's all they know,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
you have to get out of that cycle. And that effort is sometimes, like you just said, somebody comes in your life and show you you have that chance, or you are capable, bringing that self-worth, that's, that you're worthy of getting out of it. Sometimes people, that self-doubt is just telling you, no, it's never going to happen for me. I'm just going to stay in here
Mhm.
because everybody goes through it and everybody's like that. And just that dialogue in your head keep on playing. But then one day, just meeting the right somebody,
Yeah.
at your
Yeah.
workplace or somebody in your circle of friends, and they show you the light. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you do that, Aarti, with a lot of people showing the light. And
Doing the life.
all of us are those friends. And we had some of in our life, those friends who
Yeah.
showed us the light and showed us that we are capable, we are
Mhm.
capable of creating that for us, that
Yeah.
attraction you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you are not in this little well, you can jump to the pond and pond to the river and river to the ocean.
but there is a procedure which we need to follow, that which is called FTBA, where that means feelings, strong feelings, which you put into thoughts, which
Mhm,
you need to believe it and then put into actions, then visualize it.
mhm,
Mhm.
So we miss something so that it doesn't, we don't get there. That's why we don't get. We want
Yeah.
some things intensely. And I think we need to practice it or keep a challenge for 30 days or something like that and say the affirmations that it gonna happen. Because for kids, we strongly do that. For ourselves, we don't do. But we need to do for ourselves that, yeah, like affirmations that I want this, I will prioritize this, and like 20 minutes or whatever, like 10 minutes at night or in the mornings, because that are the peaceful times where your mind is done with your work or you're not started your work. So that time you're calm and you need to say whatever you want to achieve or whatever. Like it's just like science to match your FTBA with your goals so that you can align the FTBA, like
Mhm.
Mhm.
align it so that you can get there.
Yeah.
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 Your steps are towards it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the visualization techniques that you're talking about,
Yeah.
and that's, and like I said before, like, our Hindu scriptures have already talked about this. Uh, if you know the story of
Bhagavad Gita, Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita, yeah, Krishna, and also uh Dhruva, the star, how he was facing so many challenges with his stepmother, and he was not able to attain his goals. And there was I forget the story about it, but then he was so dedicated and he meditated and he was so focused on what he wanted that eventually he was I think Lord Vishnu had blessed him, and he then turned into the star that we know today is called the Dhruva Stara. So that's one of the stories, and I feel like that has so much. Um, it's kind of like it gives us the proof of that with the right intention, dedication, and the focus that we need in today's life, the universe really responds to it. So no matter what we're trying to do, focus and dedication and belief, because unless and until you believe that something that you really desire for is going to happen, it's not going to work, because you yourself need to believe it first, that okay, this is what something I'm going to get, and
When
I
that
believe.
realization will happen? How
Yeah.
should we know that realization that this person should happen? What's wrong? I don't know. How should that person realize it?
What do you mean by how should that person know?
Suppose the person is helpless or not, or like whatever it is, they're stuck there. They
Right.
don't, that like they need to change. Something should,
Should, yes, and
yeah, hit
that's
them.
what Bhavna was telling about, that it's the cycle that they're continuously in, and so that's why it's very hard. I know it's very hard to break that.
Shelley told that she got inspired with her kids and she started the vision board. So
Yes,
things should happen so that you realize that something
you
is
have to
right.
get
You need
connected to
that,
the right people.
cut that pattern, cut that pattern and start a new pattern.
It's just like
Yeah.
being in this, even this podcast is an opportunity for us to grow and learn from each other.
Yeah, yeah. And
I
you're
think
here,
Absolutely.
you're
it
here
is
and doing.
this podcast is a law of attraction in itself because that's how I see it. It's brought us all together. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about so many other women globally who needs to find that voice, and we are giving that voice. And some of us are saying those words, which is also already in some other people's head. So
Yeah,
it's just we are
That
giving
is true.
that voice. So it is a law of attraction in itself,
absolutely.
right? And
Yeah.
earlier, when you were saying that, how does this happen? Like you yourself said about Bhagavad Gita, how the Arjuna, was contemplating about the
Mhm.
war with their loved ones. So
I
Yeah.
even
think it's
people
because
like
of the
us,
environment, whatever, where you get your inspiration by this, the way they're saying with the podcast or whatever. I don't know, that should happen, right? To realize that where we need to, or where we are going wrong, because we are human being, we do the errors. So
Yeah.
we need to
we
get that
are we
realization.
are we are created with the universal energy. The
Hmm.
source of energy could be a
Absolutely.
divine being. Everybody has those people around them. Sometimes they don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the timing. It's just when the timing is right, we have to go through our karma phase and all that.
Yeah.
We have to go through the suffering. And
Yep.
eventually, when the time is right, we meet the right people and our energies aligned
Yeah.
because we have manifestation. It's just somebody's coming, tapping into there and saying, you know what, it's time to now. Let me
Yeah.
offer you hand and you're there. I think
Yeah.
that's what pretty much I see as a law of attraction. And then from once you're there, the vision board is just
It's a
itself.
tool. Yeah,
It's
it's just a
so, and
tool.
it's
It's a
just
tool.
And
happened.
like you said, it's in Krishna already said that in Gita, that don't focus on your actions and don't worry about the results, because
Result.
the results are going to come. It
Later.
will come, but just focus on your actions, because don't worry about what the outcome is going to be. So that is what we need to focus on, and that's what law of attraction is. You focus on your actions, and that's why it says, like, you say, I have, I, it never says that one day I will receive this. We don't say that when we do the law of attraction, right? We say that I've received it, I'm receiving it. Or even when you wake up, like I have the habit of, when I wake up in the morning, I feel like gratitude is one of the greatest tool. And it is the least thing we can do, is to thank God for
What you have.
that
Mhm.
you woke up in the
You
morning.
woke up.
You
Yep.
feel blessed just by waking up. And so I feel like that's the first thing before I even get out of my bed. I say is like, thank you, God. I'm up, I'm awake, I'm feeling blessed, I'm happy. I touched the floor. I'm like, okay, the earth has given me so much. I thank you, God, for that. And so, and then you start your day. And so just giving that gratitude brings you not just the blessings from the universe, from the God in whoever you believe in, but it also gives you that positive energy to start your day. And so there are so many just tiny little things that you go do during the day that'll make your manifestation so much easier.
Mhm.
Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I also, in my office right here, is my gratitude journal. So whenever I have like a few minutes here and there trying to like think, when my thought process is going wild,
Mhm.
the only thing I think I feel like doing is like take a deep breath, take a pen, I just write down in my journal, I think about what I'm grateful for today. And then after 5 minutes, I feel like, okay, yes, I think I can get back to work, and I think I can roll my sleeves again and see what I got to do today. So it just gives you that positive energy to just keep on going. And that's just, I feel like that's just, maybe it's just me, but that's how I look at it.
Mhm.
That over the years I've learned so much. Um, my mom passed away 4 years ago with liver cancer, and I used to take care of her. I took care of her for 3.5 years. She used to stay with me. And she's taught me so much, that how much we should appreciate everything we have in this world. And we take things for granted. And so I think in those years, I've learned so much, that I've always been spiritual, a little bit spiritual, but I've always had, our upbringing was very kind of like religious, spiritual, and everything. But when I saw her going through all this, and yet she was so uplifted all the time and
Always
so
happy.
cheerful all the time, that even I was kind of like, okay, I couldn't cry in front of her, because I'm like, she's so cheerful. I can't just show my emotions to her. But that's how it was. And it kind of made me learn that you just have to appreciate each day and
Mhm.
every little thing that you have. And that's how it's going to make your life so much pleasant and so much grateful. And you're going to be automatically surround yourself with those kind of energy. Positive, if you positive, you're gonna automatically attract those positive people in your life. it
Mhm.
it just
Sad,
happens.
you'll attract sad thing. If you're like loud, you feel attract to the loud things more. I
Mhm.
think it happens, but in between we mixed with all other things. But we need to again come there, and uh,
Yeah.
gratitude works because you're thanking and you know what you have, and your gratitude again you will apply it. This
Yeah,
way
yeah,
it
yeah.
works.
I think gratitude makes it makes so much difference. And also affirmations and things that you want, right? I mean, besides my vision board, I have my whole fat book of vision board, but I also go through it every year and I see what I've already have and what I want or what I want to change, because as we go,
Mhm.
as in the beginning of the year, maybe you say, oh yeah, I want to have this and I want to have that, but by the time 6 months passes, you feel like, oh my God, to get it that I have to do these kind of things and I don't want to do this. So maybe you want to change your vision board, you want to change the way you want to look. I don't want to work too many hours, but I want to be rich. So that's what my vision board should look like. It shouldn't look like I'm working 24 hours and then I'm rich. No, I don't want to work that much, but I want to be rich. That's what my vision board is.
Finding joy in little things. That's really important in living
Absolutely.
life. Finding joy and peace, and just, you know, even if it sounds silly, you can be a little silly at any given time, but as long as you're finding joy in every little thing, that makes a big difference in your positivity and making things happen, and that aura. A lot of people, they say that they have, when you meet someone, they have amazing, they bring joy, or they bring
Hmm.
peacefulness. And it's we also call it aura, that
Hmm.
they bring such a beautiful aura around them, that when
Yeah.
you meet someone, it makes you feel different, it makes you
Yeah.
feel very positive. Is There must be something in their head that they have created, that surrounds that positivity around them, and that
Absolutely.
some of that positivity that they can shell out, like, it it comes out, and it brings happiness, or
Hmm.
kind of a peacefulness to others.
Mhm.
And that's an amazing, when you see some people like that, it
They
feels
can
amazing.
attract so many people.
They
Some
can
people can
attract
just
so many
attract
people. Yep.
so many people. And some people might be like they're trying so hard and yet they cannot come up and meet two, three people. And so it
Yeah.
it is like you said, it's the aura that they bring.
It's
Yeah.
And
like what some incidents happen, let it be accident or whatever news somebody has seen in the news channel. But the same thing before people are here react differently. Like I might say, I might be scared, and for that same incident or news which I have seen in the news, that I might be scared, and I'm like, oh my God, what will happen tomorrow? And you might be like, Chalna, theek hai, it's okay, kind of thing. And she might meditate. Other people might be like talking about it. So different people react differently. So they need to work on their pattern, I think.
Mhm.
actually, it's not more about reacting, but it also is about how much you're grasping in on the negative things, right? Because I personally don't watch news. I personally
Me
don't
either.
watch any
I don't.
news at all
I don't
because
like it.
I feel like it's only feeding me negativity, and I don't like that in my life. What I
Yep.
need to know,
It's
I
already in.
I see it, and that's about it. I don't take it too much in me. So it's
Mhm.
more about how much you grasp in yourself, right? How much of that energy that do you want to take in?
It's worth or not.
Yeah.
It's, I think, like you said yourself earlier about the emotions. If that what emotions we, it's like a weight, positive and negative emotions. That's how people label them. But it is emotions. I even say that anger is an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't judge it by positive or negative. Just sort of observe it and validate it in your mind that I am angry and I can get past it and I can put that energy that where it doesn't impact other. So it's
Yeah,
just like
if it is
being
helping, okay. Not helping, change.
right,
Change
right.
the pattern.
So it's just like what you were saying earlier, like that why certain people react to a same situations differently. It's basically how we have internalized the experiences in the past, like such as fear. Fear is an emotion. And sometimes we don't know unless we see something that it's just the internally, it's coming from our fear. That's why a lot of people who want to be successful but never get there because there's a deep down, there's a seed of a fear, that
Fear.
fear
Yeah.
of failure, and that sort of holds us back. And I think it's just what is the law of attraction is, because if you have been carrying the weight of fear, you are somehow will be attracted to the
We
people
need
who
to
are
work
also
on
like
that.
you and
Yeah.
also are having the same discussions. I mean, rather we're doing this podcast instead sitting with the four other ladies and gossiping. I mean, this is the energy brought them together.
Yeah.
It's massive. And here we're talking some meaningful conversations because we want to change,
Yeah.
it's not about you or anybody else. It's about just in this room about me that I want to have the change because I want to learn from all of you.
Yeah.
So it's just that seeing that what emotions you're carrying with, and it could be your past experiences, your own, challenges you have faced over life, and then at some point you got stuck in that,
Yeah.
Mm.
and that's what holds us back sometimes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
have you ever created a vision board, Bhavna?
Very early on in my career, but it's time to do it again. Maybe
Yeah.
with your help. Definitely. And
Yeah.
it's funny is that when we do our own vision board, I learned recently, don't just yourself look at it, let other people look at it and
Yeah.
Mm.
help you there because you are just seeing it from one lens.
Yeah.
And if it's looking, it's not going to be any different. If you want to add blue and yellow and red in your CV, then you need to bring different people
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that because uh, I had a friend who had made her vision board, and then I saw it, and then, like I was saying, that I don't want to work too many hours, and I just want
Mhm.
to make more money. Um, and when I
Well,
was
I need
looking
that
at,
vision board.
yeah.
Don't we all?
So when I was looking at her vision board, and I was like, because she had more of like getting this job and getting to this position and getting this thing and that. And I'm like, I looked at it and I was already feeling stressed because I'm like, this is all work, 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 work on your vision board. And I told her, I said, what is that your end goal trying to achieve from all these positions, all this work experiences that you've written on your vision board? And her answer was like, yeah, I want to make more money. And I'm like, where is the money in this vision board? I don't
Mhm.
see that. I see more of like work, 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 work. But where
You
is
will get the work,
where
but
is
no money.
where is the money part I'm not seeing here on your vision board? And it struck to her, and she's like, oh my God, you're so right, because I just threw in the universe that I want to work, 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 work. And the whole purpose was to make good money. So why don't you create a vision board that's not just with that work, but you're also creating a life that you're going to create along with that work, the money that you're going to make, the life that you want with that money. So why don't you create that alongside, and that'll help you get a little bit more
So
clear picture.
how many years she might worked for that, and you realized her that, oh
Oh
girl,
no, I
put
don't.
the money.
No, it's just like having a second eye to it, like Bhavna said, because a lot of times we ourselves don't realize what we are
Wishing
doing
for.
or saying. And I always say this, Shelley might agree to this, because I always say, when you pray to God and when you ask for something, be very
Careful.
careful and be very specific. I always tell her, I'm like, hey, don't ask for the wrong thing. Be very careful about your words and
Yep.
very specific what you are asking for, because what you ask, you receive. So
That's what you get. Yep.
when you ask for something, be very, very, very specific. Like in our Hindi, they say, oh, chappad paar ke dena. You don't want to say something like that. You don't want your roof to fall off on you.
Yes,
Just
yes.
for a fun fact.
No, very true, very true. It's funny. I meet people, they said, I'm not really greedy. I don't need a lot of money. I said, no, I want to correct them. But when they say that, I validated it. At the same time, I think it's okay to have money.
Yeah.
Money is not a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
And if you have extra, just give it away.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least there are people who could use it. So
You got that
That's not,
opportunity to
it's
give.
somebody, it's just knowing that it is for, if you can't have it, give it to others.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's where you have to,
Like,
between sharing is caring, and, giving away charities,
l-
don't
yeah.
say, I am not greedy. It's
Yeah.
not working and earning and like vision board creating and seeing where I can attain more. Do that. That's what helps us, because
Yeah.
if I have the skill, if I have the tools to grow, I have to see that I can grow.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the attract.
And creating your own life and the life of people that you're surrounded by, there is nothing wrong in it. It
Mhm,
when you ask that, when you say that, hey, I want to be rich, there's nothing to be guilty about or nothing wrong about it. It's
mhm,
actually it's like you said, you can do a lot of philanthropy, you can help people, you can do so many things in the world to make this a better place. So I absolutely agree with you, Bhavna, that there is nothing wrong in that. It's
mhm.
it's actually a
And
good
And
thing.
and
don't
on
be
the
jealous of
other,
your own self. Don't be
Yeah,
jealous
right.
of your own self. I see that too. Ooh,
yeah,
I don't have enough. Is it that guilt?
yeah,
That
Yes.
the guilt we carry around us, like, ooh, am I worthy? Do I deserve it? I mean, why am I getting so much love, or why am I getting so much of all this?
yeah, yeah,
Am I
Yeah.
am I taking away from people? It's just something I think we have. See, I've seen that with people who have a lot too. It's just
yeah,
Right. And on the contrary, if people, a lot of people also have tendency to say, oh, I don't have money, or I'm struggling, or I don't, and even if they have it, right, they're always crying about it. And
hmm,
I think that kind of thought process also brings in a lot of negativity.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Like,
That is what we are getting then.
they
We
cry
are
about
doing that.
money, like, yeah, even if they have it, they're like, I don't have money, like, I don't have money, or I'm not doing well, or those kind of that's, you're doing a negative manifestation when you keep on saying,
yeah,
I don't have it. I don't have it. Just to show people that, oh, I'm going to hide my money because I don't want to show them. You don't necessarily have to boast about your money, but at the same time, you don't really want to cry about your money
yeah.
either,
You just
because
have to be grateful for what you have and just
grateful with what you
be
have
happy
and
with what you
be
have.
happy,
So
because that's a negative manifestation, and negative, attracting negativity when
you
you're
don't
saying
want that.
this. Even in our culture, like, anything that you say, like Lakshmi ji, we always pray, and we always welcome Lakshmi ji. That some people have tendency to say, oh, hat ka mel. Never say that. Never ever say that, because that's I would say disrespecting,
Mhm.
um
Well, that's
wealth
just a
and
way of some
Lakshmi.
people expressing. Well,
But
I know it's
it's
not
it's
us,
negative.
but that yeah, I agree that, but it's
Yeah.
not something. I'm like, there are so many other things that people do with it, but I don't. I
It's
mean,
just this
that's
thought process that it could lead you into negative, kind of like, it just create a negativity, because when you
Mhm.
say, oh, you shouldn't think negative about yourself, when you say things negative, that also impacts how you're building that aura, or that manifests around you. And when
mhm,
you
Mhm.
say something like this, it does affect your well-being.
yeah,
That's
Same,
what.
same with the different emotions like happiness. I'm not happy, or kind of I'm happy, or
mhm,
other I'm success, or I'm famous, or I'm beautiful. I'm like grateful, or anything. I think any other positive emotions or negative emotions, you attract to it.
You
yeah.
attract to it.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
And I mean, like, there are so many books that on especially on law of attractions, and then there's few of my favorite. First, of course, the Secret. I think everybody must have seen it or read it. Then Ask and It's Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Then there is The Power of. I think I have so many around on my shelf here. I'll have to. You Are the Badass. That's one of my favorite. Think and Grow Rich. And there are so many books that can, again, change you, make you feel uplifted. It helps you create that, shift your thought process. Basically, those books will help you if you don't know where to start with law of attraction or manifestation or even vision boards and things like. There are books to help you with that, and that'll help you not just it's not I feel like it's not just a tool to gain something for your life, like to be rich or to get a job or to have a partner of your dreams. It's also about making your life more positive, because I feel like that will change the whole attitude that you might have towards life or towards yourself, or if you're not confident enough, or it kind of changes your thought process so well that it will slowly make you feel like, okay, you deserve this, you can do this, you can achieve this. It makes you shift that energy, right? So there are so many books that I kind of love, and I read a lot of books about it, so I like that. But wrapping up, girls, this was such an amazing topic and such a great input from all of y'all. I want to say that practicing law of attraction involves consistent intentions, belief, and positive actions. So I hope our audiences, take this key points, embrace with what they have and the methods, and be grateful, and I hope this helps them transform their life and help for them attract their future desires. And I wish them all a very best of luck for coming new year, and hope that they use the tool, they use law of attraction, they use vision boards. And if there is a story that they want to share about that they have achieved with manifestation, then please, we would really like to hear that. Or if you'd like to come on a podcast and talk about that, then that will be even amazing. We would definitely love you to join us. And just keep us posted. So if you have a shout out, let us know. We will definitely do that. Again, thank you, ladies, for joining. It was such a pleasure, and hope all your dreams come true. And hope next time we talk, maybe we all have our vision boards up to date for next year and our life. And like I
Thank you.
said, less work, more money.
That's more money. That's the goal. I like that. So I need to talk to you, Aarti, for
So that
soon.
we can enjoy that money in the other time, the
Yeah.
remaining time.
Definitely. So we wrap this episode by saying, definitely we say this to all our audiences: less work and more money to all of y'all. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for the
Thank you so
opportunity.
much.
Thanks.